thinking I fell in love. Shawty's a little taller now. Into big things, he's a baller now. His heart never changed, I can see he's still down. I can't forget it. More than his voice was changing.
Hey guys, so the first thing I'm going in with is my Makeup Revolution concealer, and this is the color, the whitest concealer that they had. I'm going to put that on my lids as my primer, and it's a really white concealer, which is what I was looking for, because when you want your colors to pop, the best thing to do is to use either like a white base or concealer that's as bright as you can find it. Then I'm going to buff it out with a concealer brush. This is I think it's called a Perfection concealer brush from e.l.f. Then I'm going to go in with my Juvia's Place Zulu palette. I'm going to go in with the orange shade first, and I'm going to pack it down on my lid so that I can get the pigmentation that I'm wanting. I've learned that when you pack down the color with a dense brush first, instead of just like buffing it in with a really fluffy brush, you get way more color payoff. This is something I just recently learned. So if you're a beginner, get a really small dense brush and pack your color on, and then blend it out with a different shade, which you're going to see me do with the yellow shade. As you can see, I'm going in with this Juvia's Place palette again, the Zulu palette, going in with the yellow shade and buffing that in, blending out the edges and adding in this yellow color. I'm going to be going back in with the orange and then the yellow and the orange and the yellow, but I didn't film that part because, well, I did, but I cut it out because otherwise this video would be way too long. But it's just literally me going back and forth, packing the orange, blending in the yellow, packing the orange, blending in the yellow. Then I'm going to get this really small Morphe Crease brush and go in with this purple shade. You gotta be careful with this Juvia's Place purple shade because this shade stains your lids, ladies. So if you didn't know, this palette stains your lid. The purple in this palette stains. But I'm going with a pencil blending brush and putting in this purple because I wanted this line to be really defined for when I cut my crease. And then I'm blending it out just to make it not as harsh. So I'm going to be going back and forth with this as well, using the pencil brush, blending it out, using the pencil brush, blending it out. Then I'm taking that same concealer and I'm going to cut my crease above my hooded lid. Otherwise you wouldn't even see the color difference. So just gonna take this small Real Techniques brush and cut my crease. And again, using a white concealer, that way the colors show up a lot better. If you use concealer that's your skin tone, they won't be as bright. A white base will do, or the MAC Soft Ochre Paint Pot is a good example of something to use as well. And then I'm gonna buff out that concealer to get all the extra thickness off. And this is the Box of Crayons palette. I'm gonna use this red shade, and then I'm gonna go in with the orange shade from the Zulu palette, the yellow shade from the Box of Crayons palette, and then I'll show you what I'm using next. One thing I don't show on camera is me going back in at the end and re-blending these colors together just to make sure it's not blocks. So I'm going back in with the orange and the yellow, and like I said, off camera, I do go, once I'm done with the eye, I go back and forth between the colors just to make sure they blended. And this is my Shiny Cosmetics palette. I'm going to use the green and the blue from this palette. As you can see, they're really super pigmented. So this palette, I feel I've learned that it works best as lid colors. When you pack them on with a flat eyeshadow brush like this, like look at the color payoff. It's perfect. Then I'm going in with these lashes from 511 Cosmetics. I don't know the name of them. She never responded to me, so I have no idea what they are. And then I'm using my Fenty Beauty foundation in 385. You guys know I finally found my shade, so I'm going to be using this a lot. Well, I'm actually going to be saving it for like events. And one thing I noticed about this foundation is if you do not moisturize your face good enough, it will have you looking like a crunch bar, okay? So like, I don't even have skin problems. As you guys have seen, my skin bare all the time. But when I wear this foundation and I don't put oil on my face first, literally it had my skin looking like a crunch bar, and I was highly upset and was about to take this foundation back. But then I tried it again after putting oil on my face and it looked flawless. So make sure you moisturize first. Then I'm going in with the LA Girl Pro Conceal in Warm Honey and blending this out. I was live on Facebook, so that's why I'm talking. This is the Fenty Beauty setting powder in the color Banana. I did take this back because it's just way too white, just like the Beauty Bakery flour powder, whatever. I took this back because I just realized I don't need any new setting powders. I'm honestly done trying them. Sacha Buttercup works for me, so I'm just going to continue to use my Sacha Buttercup. And for this contour, I'm using the Nika K New York Contour Kit, which is for highlighter, I'm using the Crayon Case and Glola Loose Highlighter, which is also another one of my favorites. And then you're going to see me on my lips with a brown lip liner from Kiss. And then I'm going to use the color, the NYX Lip Lingerie Lip Gloss in the color Sable. And that is it, you guys. So yeah, that's pretty much it for this look. I hope it was easy to follow along. And don't forget to follow me on Instagram and on Snapchat to keep up with me in my daily life. But that's pretty much it. So if you want more makeup videos, make sure you like this video and comment below. But that is it. So thank you so much for watching and have a good day.